Hey guys, it's Jack. You're not in Alaska, you're on Long Island, New York, and we got a lot of snow. A lot of snow. You're back in the fuzz zone, but even though we have a lot of snow, look at all of this, man. Damn. I got something really cool to show you today in the fuzz zone. So I'm going to get inside by my fireplace, which isn't on right now, but you'll get the idea. And I'm going to show you a really nice old Gibson Archtop guitar. I have something really special. This is an old Gibson Archtop guitar. Doesn't belong to me, it belongs to a friend of mine. His name is Marvin, he lives in Westchester, and he's actually 89 years old, and his mom bought this guitar for him for his birthday, I think his 12th birthday, which is back in the mid-30s, if you could believe it or not. This is an old Gibson. It's, I think, a Special 4, they call it. And it doesn't have any binding. It has the old spaghetti logo. I'm going to bring the camera up closer and show you guys this. It has the old spaghetti logo, which is pre-World War II. And I don't see any identification at all as to what model it actually is, but that's what they, when I did a little research, they said it was a Special 4. There aren't any serial numbers to it too, but he's the original owner, and his mom bought this for him, like I said, for a birthday present. She paid $65 for it back in the mid-30s, and he said it also came with 10 free guitar lessons as well. But sounds great. Plays like $1 million too. I just set it up for him. The bridge collapsed a little bit, and I also did some fret work. When you get these old guitars, what happens is the wood shrinks a little bit, and also it wears too as your hand is rubbing up and down the neck. Through all these years, the wood kind of wears out, so the frets protrude. So I just take a little fret file and I knock them back down and sand them back down and crown the edges again, so gets rid of that. But this is great. This guitar even has the original tortoiseshell pickguard, and the checking on it, the old varnish crack checking on it is really, it's sweet. It's really cool to see. It's like a fingerprint, you know. It's just like one of a kind when this old varnish starts to crack like that. But let me get the camera up close and I'll show you guys what this looks like. Okay, let's see if I can get that. That's the original. That's the logo. They call it the script logo or spaghetti logo. This is pre-World War II. Again, it was made in the 30s. Here's a good shot of the neck. It's in great shape because he never abused it. The frets here protruded, so I took a file, and I'll show you that file in a second. It's a fretting file, and I'll show you how I use that to take care of that problem. Here's the pickguard. It's really beautiful too. Original pickguard. The bridge. Back up a little bit. Let me see if I can just get this. It's a really gorgeous guitar. I don't know if I can actually show you guys some of the varnish cracks. You could see them underneath. Right by the fretboard, you take a look at all of those. Really wild. There is some scratching and whatnot on it because he has played it throughout the years, but he didn't really abuse it. You know, it was always in the home, and he played it for his children. Again, he's 89 years old, so it's a long time to be around, but he's still going strong. He's a great guy. I actually give him classical guitar lessons, and he lives up in Westchester, and he's a really nice man. And that's his guitar. It's pride and joy. And he has some classical guitars too that I teach him on, but this is the one that's very near and dear to him because his mom gave it to him. Let me see if I could just turn this around. Actually, see if I can shine it in the light and show you a little bit of it. Come back. And turn it around this way so you can see the back of it. Let me lay it down. Here's the machine heads. All original. There's the soft V. I don't know if you can see that. You can see it up in here, how it curves down. Very comfortable in the hand. You wouldn't think it is, but it is very comfortable. It's back off. That's the back. It's just exquisite. Beautiful finish that they put on these old guitars, like furniture back then. You can even tap it. It's so alive. Okay, this is the fretting file. If you can see this, it's very small. And I use this to do fret work on guitars, all different types. And on this side of the file, and on the opposite side of the file, or where the marks are, the knurling edges, so that it actually cuts into the fret. the bottom is ground flat and smooth, and the top part here is actually rounded. So what you do is, let me bring it closer to the neck of the guitar, and I can just give you a quick little demonstration of it. Okay, what you do is you actually push the flat part, which is ground flat and smooth, onto the fretboard itself. Of course, the strings wouldn't be on, everything would be off at the time. And you actually push it up against the fret where the burr is, because there's a little burr here because the wood is shrunk here and the fret protrudes. So as you're moving that, you're removing that burr. And you do the same thing to the other side, and you might just come along here just a little bit and kiss the bottom of it, because the tang has a tendency to protrude too. And you don't hurt the wood when you do this because of the way the file is shaped. Then when you want to round the corners off a little bit, you take the rounded edge of the file, put it up against the fret, and you just kind of bring it over very lightly. It doesn't take much pressure. File is very sharp and it takes it down right away. And you do the other side too. And then you can also buff with some sanding sticks and some buffing pads to buff the frets back and get this really nice and smooth. What I like to do so you don't hurt the fretboard is you take this shield or this guard and it slips right over the fret. Again, the strings are removed. So when I'm actually sanding, I can bring it down, or let me see, yes, in the camera. It's tough being the cameraman and actually having to do the video at the same time. But you can move it down like this. So you're protecting everything, and you can just get in here with some paper and sandpaper or a little sanding stick. You do both sides, and you can get it nice and smooth. And this is very nice now. I did this a while back for him about a year ago, and it still feels really, really good. Very slick. And I buffed the frets out for him too. Okay, here it is again. It's the really beautiful Gibson Archtop guitar, pre-World War II. All original, belongs to my friend Marvin. And thanks for letting me take it and do some work on it and bringing it into the fuzz zone. Sounds great.